Good evening to all of my friends here in the United States continent. And I think it's a good morning there in our far side in Asia, Indonesia especially. So glad to be here and to see you all in spite this very difficult situation that we are confronted by. But the proof that we are all healthy because we are here now. Okay, so many of you have been to my place. This is my background, including Alex, Mary, Mbak Kitsi, and others. You know my background is I'm coming from very, very small village, the edge of the city of Solo, in Wonogiri to be exact, is in Eramoko County. It's very small kind of village that where I grew up. So my topic today, as Maddie requested actually, and I elaborated as rasa in Javanese Gamelan in a cultural context. What is rasa actually in the general meaning, the best I can to translate it is like a certain kind of emotional setting, mode, if you wish, in the gamelan. So I'm going to talk about this rasa first in the musical context. At first, I don't get this all of what I'm talking about from what kind of information is. It's naturally coming from or based on my life experience. So I have no idea compared to any resources like there are. I'm sure Professor Sumarsam wrote about lots of articles about this rasa, and other professors. Ben Brenner's his book Making and Knowing Music, responsive and interactive. Plus, also there's Dr. Mark Benamo. To be more specific, I think he was talking about rasa and patet, and Dr. Susan Walton also. I think it's rasa in Cengkok Pesinden, or if you wish. But I'm going to share my knowledge based on my life experience. So yes, rasa means emotional setting, certain kind of emotional kind. But I'm sure that everyone here who has been playing gamelan or lives in Indonesia, you will hear this word rasa, rasa everywhere. Almost every gamelan musician talking about this. But to be more specific, what is exactly rasa, each person have their own perspective, but it's not far. Because it's rasa feeling, oh yeah, that is your feeling, but my feeling is not like that, and so on. So it's like, oh, that's perfect. Yeah, perfect is only end up in the word. What is perfect? Actually, there's no human being is perfect. It's just like that. And also this word rasa, compared to perfect, is like a word that to given encouragement. Oh wow, when you play rebab, gender, oh wow, your gamelan groups, the rasa is so great. What are you talking about? Huh? So, but this is the encouragements, and then students lots happen. This kind of word occurred to the students from their professor, encouraging to the student. Oh wow, you're doing it well. You just did it perfectly. No, it was chaos actually. But this good two words, saying about rasa and perfect it's a great word to compliment, to others. But now let's go to rasa. No? Rasa in a musical term in the Javanese gamelan, based on my knowledge, and of course all of the gamelan musicians will be familiar about this. But actually, rasa is for the gamelan musician to express, to express your feeling through musical instruments in order to touch the audience or your friend that I'm playing this kind of mode. I hope you get it. So that is what is rasa is. So yes, it is an expression of a person or group of the gamelan presenting their songs in the hope that they are in accordance with the character of gending to have a certain characters or rasa. There are in the gamelan music. This is in a musical context of gamelan. One, what can you find rasa or feeling in the gamelan? One, halus and kasar. That is refined and rough, the way you play. Number two, soft and loud. That's in terms of dynamic. The last one, what I'm going to share with you is the rasa, or the number three is the mode, the feeling is gone. It's no rasa at all, no mode at all. You just bluffing, you fooling around. Now, that's also rasa chaos. The factors being played musicianshiply is incorrect, when it's chaos. Musicianshiply incorrect, playing without rule. Or if it's in Indonesian, salah garap. You play the music with a wrong treatment. Wrong treatment, how to, those patterns, if you know the cengkok and everything. Cengkok is the elaboration instrument that have certain kind of melody pattern proceeding to the gold tone, the salah tone. That's rasa. While I'm talking, if you would like to interrupt, feel free. Feel free. So then, or we after a math change, we can have a question answer after my knowledge sharing for you. And that was the rasa of playing what I'm talking about. But there are more. There are more. Also, example rasa in the each parted. It's more complicated. In the Javanese gamelan, there are three main parted. The three main mode. Parted mode. It's in parted 6 slendro. I just quote from the slendro scale. Slendro parted 6. Slendro patet song, and slendro patet manuro. So each patet have own feeling. Patet 6, we are talking about like Indian raga, morning raga, afternoon raga, evening raga. It's similar idea. So when you do concert or just regular playing gamelan for pleasure, those three modes, those three patterns have to be follow one another. So very common, the first mode, the first pattern, you do pattern 6, slendro pattern 6. What is the feeling? What is the rasa most the music in that mode, in that pattern. It's chaos. What I'm talking about chaos here, the tonics is not clear. The composition is borrowing from tonic of Songo, tonic of Manura, and put it together. So that's why I'm calling the pattern is a chaos pattern, unpure composition. The second one is called pattern Songo. This a very serious and need concentration, seriousness to play in this pattern in order you achieved your goal to get the real rasa. Very serious pattern, real rasa pattern Songo. And then in the third pattern is Manuro. Manuro, the pattern Manuro, most of the music in this pattern, the third one, Manuro, very happy, cheerful, easy to learn. So when I'm teaching the beginning, I never start with any patterns except start Manuro, because it's happy, student happy, enjoying, and pattern is easier. If you start learning the Bonang, Gambang, Gender, Manuro is the perfect example of the song that for teaching at the beginning. Now, it's very complicated when you talk about rasa, because in Indonesia itself, Japanese itself, we still, it's kind of endless topic to talk about it musically. Now, let me say about each pattern, the meaning of it. Why it's called pattern enam? Pattern enam. Enam, it's 6, yeah. Enam is number 6. We are in the pattern enam and pattern 6. 6, that means referring your 6 orifices. What are there? That's your homework to find out. Pattern enam is pattern referring to 6 orifices and referring to one slide in the childhood. So all of these pattern enams, or in the wayang, in the pattern enams, the first act, it's referring one's life in the childhood. Yeah? What does that mean? Well, as a children, you only care or can control your 6 orifices. Yeah, being chaos, 6 orifices. Yeah, okay, the pattern enam, chaos, childhood kind of lifestyle. Now move to the second pattern Songo. What is Songo? Songo means 9. 9 here referring to your 9 orifices. Referring to someone's experiencing in young adult kind of living. So from the controlling 6 orifices, move on, become 9 orifices. The 3 orifices is in our head. Controlling your breathing, teaching meditation. Controlling your mouth to be shut up, not to eat. Controlling your eyes, not to lured easily by good looking. Be careful. So this is all philosophically done compulsively. Yeah? Young adult. So from the rasa of someone being childhood, move to pattern Songo, rasa of young adult. Then the end, pattern Manuro. Manuro is referring or the name of bird, a peacock. What is this peacock referring to? To everyone's super soul. To everyone's super soul. Therefore, one's life after experiencing young adult, experiencing a childhood, going to young adult, and then going to adult that is already forget it, the worldliness, just concentrate to be in the center of your mind, contact to your own soul, where you going to go. The easiest example is like young adults. Okay, that's from the kindergarten to high school level. Patasongo, adult, Patasongo, young adult, referring to you are in the college. You are in the college, finish school, find a job, become tenure or whatever. And then to Manuro, that's referring you are in the retirement, yeah, enjoying your life, not dealing academically, not dealing with any argumentation, just stay home, enjoy your retirement. In the same time, using your wisdom, help each other to make everything peaceful. This is the connection to the reality. But actually, philosophically, that was, you know, childhood, young adult, and adult. But this level has nothing to do about with your age. Some of you may be in the Patatnam all the time, until gone. So it's nothing to do with age. There are maybe a middle school kid is already in the Patat Manuro. This kind of philosophy is very clear if you experiencing watching wayang. Very clear. This rasa, this feeling, it's very clear in the wayang. In the Patatnam, there's chaos scenes. They fight each other, argumentation there, but no clue of the end. The fight is, there's no one winning, no one losing. They split in the end, those two and the enemies. They say, oh, I'm going this way, I'm going that on the other side, oh, I'm going that way. This is not it's none of our beeswax. See, no casualties. That's right. Then in Patatsongon, this scenes actually is the scene of Satria, the hero, like Arjuna, learning philosophically in the high level to the sage, the hermitage. There, the Dalang promotes their capability of teaching a philosophy. And that's why it occurred at midnight, because this kind of knowledge, children should not listen to it. It's kind of taboo. It's a sacred knowledge that the Dalang teaching this philosophy. You know, the shades, the hermit is teaching Arjuna, an example. This is very, very high philosophy. The kids should not listen. From here, so let me stop. As you know, I'll let you know, the Javanese knowledge, or especially Gamelan, Karawitan, it's self-knowledge, it's secret knowledge, it's insider knowledge. Have you heard, many of you have been to Java, have you heard that master gamelans being recorded and you hear they are recording? Never. Yeah? Never, unless you take lesson. But they don't do it for commercially, no way, because it's considered inside knowledge, secret knowledge, or sacred knowledge even. So they won't teach you everything. Yeah, they're not going to share with you at all. No matter how long you had been learning with the master, They will not give you everything. This is the secret. Yeah, the same as the philosophy, the mysticism knowledge. Yeah, they won't teach you everything. So this is what I'm telling you right now, because in the wayang, in the patat song, it's considered teaching sacred knowledge. Yeah, the dalang. And that's this section. The children is not there, and then what time is children coming back? Then start 3 o'clock in the past. Start 3 o'clock. The family bringing the children to come the patat manuro, the third act, because the third act is exciting to watch, fighting, and there will be the conclusion of the story. Is there. So if you never seen the shadow play performances, everyone, I should tell you this, in the past, it's last 9 hours. From 9 to 12, that's first act, 12 to 3, second act, 3 to 6, third act. I've been there, I'm experiencing there. It's so fun. It's finished about 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, I go to school because I follow my father's doing wayang every night, you know. Not sleeping all night. 6 o'clock, go home. Get ready, go to school. It's 7 o'clock, school start. Until 1 o'clock p.m. 4 o'clock, we unload. We loaded the instrument, go doing a gigs again somewhere. This is every night. A good jalang in Java, they perform 30 nights per month. My father did. It's amazing. So I learned from there. Okay, so this is the rasa in connection with the shadow play or in connection with a musical term. Yeah. But however, to realize this expression will be very rarely achieved to get the real rasa, you know. It can be failed if you try to express the rasa of gamelan, to play gamelan music, the rasa is not there. It can be failed. The mode is not there. Yeah. Because playing gamelan and have a good rasa in the group, it's compiling all of the musicians to play a song in one rasa. That is very difficult. That is very difficult. Huh? And this kind of, okay, it is very difficult to put everyone in the same rasa unless the rasa of the song that you're playing can be achieved, unless that the group has been there for a long time playing together. Yeah, they know each other, they read their minds to each other, they know where to, because playing gamelan have to be tolerant. Yeah, tolerance. What is tolerance here? You have to listen one another. It's a communal music, and have to be responsive and interactive. What is the meaning of responsive and interactive here? An example. You're the ones who are already experiencing playing gamelan a lot in Java. Just to clarify, where is the responsive and interactive? Like an example, play wilujeng, okay? Play wilujeng, everyone should be knows playing wilujeng. When are you going from ompa and to ngele? It's not be mathematically, okay, let's do it ompa twice and ngele, and automatically going to ngele. It's not like that. It has to be responsive and interactive. Listen to each other, it's communal. You have to hear somebody leading you in the last measure of A or ompa, going to be. They're responsive and interactive is there. And to be communicate really well in order to have a good rasa very well, there should be no wrong or right how to play. You're not going to dump other players. An example. This Wilujeng again. The end of Wilujeng Ngelet, right? The end of the Wilujeng Ngelet going to come. The rebab forgot that was the end of last line. And then he signaling you going to the gong to ngelet again. You have to follow rebab even that's actually is not correctly, played. This is to be safe. Everyone play mistake at the same time and it's become perfect. Oh, should we go to? No, this is ngelet. Should we go to ombak? No, because the rebab won it again. Don't dump him. Don't make rebab player feel stupid. That's the way you have to help each other. The tolerance is it's right here. Okay. Yeah, so gamelan is have to get a good rasa, you have to play in a communal way, responsive and interactive. And this way, this is going to be the proof, and here we're going to be proof the Javanese gamelan in cultural context. This is it. The way you play gamelan is exactly in the same. Those people in Java live communally in the community. You have to listen each other. Don't blame to one another. Just forgiveness. That's the way in Java. Just like playing the gamelan. Now, that's about the music. A little bit. It's just based on my own knowledge. How about? Oh, sorry, I'm watching my computer here because this is my cell phone and my computers have no speaker, so I'm not reading. Actually, I'm watching my picture. I should be here, but then I cannot see you. Okay, it should be here. I cannot see it. But anyway, culturally, okay, now culturally we're going to go to the rasa in the context of a Japanese culture. Let's start this. Culturally, there are several cultures. Court, court culture, right? Academic, conservatory, right? And villages. Those are different kind of culture. If you talk about the connection, the context. An example. You will not play big gending like Roronjolo or Kakok Laras, an example. This is a court music, and then you brought it, play in the village. It's not going to work. It's not going to be accepted culturally in the village. They don't know. They don't know. They will say, what are you playing is boring. Yeah. And then it's vice versa. You're not going to play Sing on a Bah, Utan Mas in the court, in the royal groups. It's just too simple for them. Okay. The conservatory as well. Conservatory, we create music for academic degree, for recitals. Audience have to be there. Music have to be prepared long way before. Make sure your recitals perfect. and got A or A plus. It's judged now. Something to do with academic degree. Okay. Dynamic, tempo, rasa is completely different from one another. The way in the village, the kraton, the conservatory, even you play the same songs, rasa, the feelings, it's different. For sure. So, in the context, we have to be careful where you perform, what, and how. So in this kind of performance and this kind of playing, lots occur in wayang, you know. Yeah, lots occur in wayang. Next example. If there is a gamelan or wayang performance, the dalang should choose, the puppeteer should choose their story, make sure it matches with the occasion, match with the event. The narration, the language, make sure the dalang should adjust it to the people who live in that culture, in that certain village. If you play wayang, narratively, this languagely using the kraton or school language for the conversation, each puppet in the village, they don't understand. So you are wasting time, wasting performance. So how your performance can be appreciated when you do in the village? Do the simple thing. Make sure there's communication between the artist and the village. Huh? An example also, there's a different culture, even this is the villages. If any of you in Sragen or in Jeporo and in Purwodadi, that is outside Solo to east, and to Wonogiri, if you come into their klenengans, it's a different song, different atmosphere. Yeah. So this is the context, cultural context. This is in here. You're not going to play ladrang pangkur kebar in kraton when you play in kraton. You know, their gending is mostly big gending, slow, dynamically not changing, tempo, reasonable. Yeah, you have to adjust it. Even though this is in the past, even though right now the musician conservatory and the kraton in the villages, they are all graduated from UC. You know that, right? Yes, some of you. So this is something new, but in the past, I'm talking about in the past. Now, my background. I'm almost done about talking about this because this is I make it just as informal as I can, but I hope you understand at least 5% what I'm talking about. If not, don't worry. I'm not scholar, but what I'm talking is based on life experience. Okay. When did I start play gamelan? You know how to play kendang without musical theory. Just so that when I was fourth grader, I have a children group. Yeah, I have children group in my village. We know song like Pospawarno, Wilujeng, Singonebah, Manyar Sewu, and Rice. This is all in Selindro. And this my group, every time there is somebody getting married, my group invited to perform all day, play these 4 songs again and again. So when are you going to play this Singonebah? So, okay, in Indonesia, the way they have in Japan, the way they have wedding ceremonials is 24 hours, even 2 days. So, and there's a guest who, your friend coming to pay respect and also to tip, to help, to give it an envelope to support the cost of the wedding, and they're coming not the same time. So every time, and it's like there's a gate. You have house, you have a gate. So there's somebody at the gate to see who's coming. So, and then it's about 10 meters before the gate. This person who on the gate gives signal to the gamelan group. So there's the children group. Oh, he's coming. Oh, he's very tall, and then we play certain kind of this Sri Lankaran. That's all. And then when the guest coming, and then sir, and have a seat, we stop playing. So in a way, this music what we are playing when I was 4th graders, same there's a bunch of kids 4th graders play the music, sing on a bar or rice or manyar sewu, is to welcome the guest, but also make sure that we play the music is match with the guest characters. Sometimes if the guests look like funny, then we use the kendang ciblon, like the funny movement things. This is a long time ago when I started. And 5 minutes later, there's another group, whatever, the guest coming, and then the guy who's on the goods gives a signal again. Oh, there are 4 people coming. We start again, play something else. It's so fun, and we play this for fun. What kind of rasa? Just for fun. That's what it is. Gamelan in the village is just for fun. We are not, and we are not talking about rasa, slendro song, and so we don't care about those. It's just when we play, we have to have fun. That's what it is. Because we are zero academically, zero academically. So in the meantime, okay, then so that's when I was start playing. When I was 4th graders, have a group. When we play that all day, we don't get paid. We just eat. That's all, and then go home because it's just for fun. And the gamelan is not. In that time, there is no bronze gamelan, sir, madam. It's all iron. It's all iron, and sometimes we play about 5 miles away from where we're staying. How we transport that gamelan? We carry. This is 70s, early 70s. We carry the gamelan. Can you believe it? For 5 miles? That's too far. And it's iron. But right now, even only half mile, you ran U-Haul to bring the instrument to go to the event place. So bottom line now, out of these topics right now, just to be connected with the situation what we have right now. I just found out 45 minutes ago that many gendings are considered sacred. Yeah, many gending are considered sacred in Java. You're not allowed to practice even. If you want to play for the event. Mostly like gending trutur, barang miring, laler mengeng. You should not play laler mengeng for kelenengan. That's my teacher told me. I learned this when I was conservatory. When you do the trutur, patetan trutur and so, you should not practice that unless you learn. Well, too bad. In Indonesia, you're not even not allowed to learn that. You hear many times and then you click. So many music is still being sacred, And this kind of music, if you perform without a complete ritual, spiritually, it can be something disaster happening or something wrong. even up to now, you guys, even up to now, because Javanese gamelan musician or artists, they're really click with the spiritual mysticism. Yeah, they relate to that. Even the gamelan makers. Who's going to talk about the gamelan makers next time? Oh, Mas Mary?
Yeah, that's going to be Peter Ludwig.
Okay, all right. So that's I know, you know, that how secret how to make gamelans. Gamelans, when you make gamelans, you are in the front of 1,000 degrees of fire, right? But how can you prevent your employee not feeling hot? You do some kind of spiritual ceremonial. Otherwise, you will be dead in the gamelan factory for years and years. Yeah, so we believe that. And also now, that was one of it. Now, what I'm going to talk about? What happening right now? I connected what happening right now with people. Have any of you experienced or heard the song is called Anomanopong? Anomanopong, pongo 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 pong, pongo 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 pong. It's composed by Ranto Gudel, great comedians from Klaten, and this Anoman Obong, very famous song. Almost every dalang in Indonesia using this. This is like around 2005 to 2008. And then, you know, Opong Anoman Opong, that means Anoman is the story about Anoman as a messenger to rescue Sinta when he in Alanka. When he in Alanka, he get caught, and then the king Rahwana, the evil king, they catch Hanuman and he burn it. The king burned Hanuman. Then this song is very trendy between 2005 and 2008. Do you remember what happened in 2008 in Indonesia? Chaos. Burning, every Chinese had to get out. All of the store owned by Chinese all burned. 2008. That's I was also this is much because too much people singing Hanuman Obong. Let's get fire. Let's get fire. See, something occurred from your lyrics or from your word, because your word is your wish. So don't even say to your partner or your friend or your parent a bad word. Don't even say, you dang. Oh, she will be dang. Use good word. Your word is your praying. Your word is your wish. So this is what the Hanuman Opong occurred in Indonesia. Now, that's what we are confronting the situation right now, the COVID-19. In the past 1 year, every Indonesian politician, educators, whatever, whenever they say it, even nothing to do with it, they always in the end say ambyar. Ambyar, the past last year. What does ambyar mean? Chaos or into pieces. This is it now happening. Every Indonesian say ambyar for 1 year long. So I think my advice to my friend or my suggestion to my senior, let's start from now if we can, using good word, not cursing to one another. We are in very, very bad situation in this moment, and this kind of situation, we should not blame to anyone, any nation, any whatever. Yeah. Okay. So all of what I said was just based on my knowledge for in my life. If I did something unpleasant or not correctly, I'm just a human being, often making mistakes and not perfect, not knowledgeable. My wish to you all, be well and stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Midiyanto. That was awesome. I have a couple questions for you that are sort of specific, and then if I'd like to open it up to other questions if they want, if people have them. So, two questions I have. First one, a lot of people watching this video are community gamelan members in the United States and around the world. And a lot of people have heard this word rasa. They listen to gamelan music, but when we get together, we're trying to figure out how to feel the rasa even better, how to get our psychology and our brains in the right mood for playing a particular piece. Do you have any kind of advice maybe for people who are trying to understand how to feel the music while they're playing it to get into the right mindset?
Okay. There are several factors that can support to play and to get the rasa for everyone. The first factors when you play gamelan in order to get rasa that set accordingly, the most important is your instrument. First, your instruments have to be in tune perfectly in Javanese ear, according to Javanese ear. So those has something to do with tuning, right? And shruti is the interval. An interval have to be acceptable in the Japanese ear. Secondly, when you play, you should not be under pressure. Do the best you can. Cheat. If you don't have notation, cheating is okay. So cheating in the gamelan is completely acceptable. Don't cheat in somewhere else. Cheating in the gamelan is just look at your notation from your next, yeah, or listen to the bonang when it's irama too. That is also cheating, even you don't bring the notation. Secondly, our goal to get rasa, right? When you play, you have to be in the center. Your mind have to be in the center, regardless what instrument you play, regardless what the song you play, you have to be in the center. Pay attention, be communal. What is next? What is, and so on. What is going on? Because it's communal. What is the drum one? Then if you do that, you feel the rasa automatically without you are looking for. An example. So far, the group, this I'm talking the group and then we will individual later to answer your question. The group that the rasa I accepted, the way they play gamelan, one is Condong Raos. Condong Raos is that Mas Darsono's father is in the group. Lots of groups is the sibling from Mas Darsono. That Condong Raos, when I play, no matter what songs, it just I can enjoy, even I'm not playing, my rasa is with them. Unless they play the instrument in the wrong tune, the tuning is not correct. I hate it. No matter what Condong Raos or what, if you play the tuning of the instrument is not good, it's chaos. No matter play by whom. Secondly, the group from RRI. The group from RRI, early 70s, those are perfect, because they playing each other every night. They know each other. They know how to tolerate to one another. Responsive and interactive is in here. They read everybody's mind. And then the thirdly, because I'm from the institution, any group from conservatory, well, at least they play correctly. They treat the music correctly. No ngawur, in other words, no bluffing. That's if it's the group. Sitar, especially if you play sitar, you have to tune your sitar perfectly to the instrument. Otherwise, the result of the song chaos. Now, individually, how can you have rasa? You play one song again and again, simply, then you will get it. You get that rasa. I've been playing gamelan from 1970 and until now, and play a couple songs again and again, repeat again and again, don't get bored. That's the way how you get the rasa. And rasa for everyone is not the same, Mas. Because rasa for the drummer, rasa for the repa player, they all have different perspective. So the repa player, somebody that is very very gentle, nice kind of personalities. Then if you play repap, I think that you play when you play repap, the people, wah, rasanya bagus sekali. So, and that is not necessarily the great drummer can play good repap like that person, So he will be stuck in the drum and on the drum. Same as the temong. When you play temong, make sure you have a masculine kind of a personality. So the rasa coming out from the temong sound, it's wow, shaking the realm, So the room will be full of power of the temong player. So this rasa is so many. So please make sure responsible to each of your instrument and produce your feeling through that instrument. Gong players. That's why in Indonesia, who's playing gong? Somebody play gong from beginning until the end because he got the rasa when he play gong. Somebody play ketuk forever because it's great when he's playing ketuk. Rasanya just perfect. So it's like that. So to answer your question, just concentrate to get a good rasa and listen. Don't get depression. When you play when you play music and you have a depressed feeling, you're in the wrong place. That's it.
Thank you. That was awesome. If anybody has a question, maybe in the chat box, type that you have a question so that we could go in order of who has questions, because we do have a few people on the chat. I don't want everybody speaking all at once. So feel free to pop in there and tell me that you have a question.
Mbak Kitsi there. Let's hear Mbak Kitsi. Mbak Kitsi, any input? Anything?
Yeah. What do you got?
She's there. Hi, Mbak Kitsi.
Hi, Mas. Yeah.
Hi, darling.
Hi, darling. I loved your presentation. I was tearing up. It's so emotional here, as I know it is in the U.S. too. I think that solo is just on the brink of starting to experience what the U.S. is going through. I think we have a lot of tragedy we're going to face in the months to come because the numbers are just starting. So to be here this morning, and for me it's early morning, and it's my birthday, and I baked a chocolate cake and I listened to what you said and I was crying because my whole gamelan life started with Mas Midi. For those of you,
sorry, but that's why I call you darling. You just like my a family that close, that long.
My whole gamelan life started with Mas Midi. After being in New York for a few years, not sure what I wanted to do. Once I moved to Berkeley, it was working with Mas Midi that made me absolutely sure. I met my husband, Pak Wakidi, because of Mas Midi. I could play Gender for Wayang because of Mas Midi. Everything I have is because of my start with him, everything. And so listening to you just made the full circle. And I would tell everybody else to please use Mas Midi. He's an amazing resource. And everything he says, everything you learn from him, then you come to Java and the teachers say, well, who did you study with? And everything fits, everything works. What he says is so true. Everything he had to say is, thank you, Masmidi. That's all I can say is just thank you so much. And Matt, great, terrific idea for this series. It's going to mean a lot to the musicians in solo if they can get some assistance through this. Unfortunately, I have to duck out because my students start their online study on Zoom in 10 minutes. And I'll be online with them from Jakarta International School for 3 hours. So Mas Midi, all I can say is thank you, perfect. And I'll listen to this again and again, especially the part about the classical traditional feeling of Patet Nam Songo Manyuro and Wayang. So powerful. So love you.
Thanks, Kit.
Great to see you, man. Take care.
You too. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Kitsi, she lives in Indonesia, and all the funds we are going to be collecting for Indonesian musicians, Kitsi's going to be dispersing them. She's very much embedded in the culture of gamelan and solo, in wayang culture and Klanengan culture. So she knows the musicians personally. And so if you can donate something, feel free to NusantaraArts.com, make a donation, and we'll send it to Kitsi when we do. So thank you. Yeah.
And we'll give you a full report. We have the names of all the musicians, their affiliation. We just did this with the Pajongolaras group. So what institution or a playing group, or whether they're freelance, and photos of them. The traditional musicians, what we call alam musicians, have nothing. They haven't worked since the 1st of March, and it doesn't look like they'll work till the 1st of July at the earliest. And we're heading into Idul Fitri now. We're heading into the fasting month and Idul Fitri. And unfortunately, as we know, that's when the COVID thing exploded with Chinese New Year, with people traveling and going to Singapore, to Hong Kong. And that's where it all started kind of traveling, the virus, and that's what we're worried about. So let's hope that Indonesians can do social distancing, which is not a very Javanese thing. And thank you for all your support through this series. Okay, I have to duck out now. Bye. Thank you, Mas.
Does anybody else have a question they would like to ask Pat Midi? I have a question here from Nathan. He says, how would you describe the rasa of pelag compared to slendro, or the rasa of pelag lima nem/barang?
Okay, so that's equivalent to the rasa in Patet Enam Slendro, Patet Songo, and Patet Manyuro. So Patet Limo is parallel with Patet Enam, Patet Enam in Slendro, and Patet Enam Pelok is parallel to Songo, or sometime Manyuro, yeah, and Pelok Barang sometimes is Manyuro or even Slendro Songo. So that's why I took example for you guys using Slendro, because Slendro is very clear when it's in Pelok. What I learned is what is the meaning of Pelok? It's a pelo. Pelo, that means uncertain. You talking mumbling, with mumbling. So, but that's the equivalent. Pelok limo is it's a seriousness thing, because most of the Pelok limo song patterns is very slow, yeah, no cheerfulness, yeah. And then Patet Enam, yes, you can do some ciblon, it can be cheerful. Manyuro is very cheerful. Barang very cheerful. Yeah, that's what I know.
Cool. Sutrisno Hartono would like to actually talk for a second. He would like to ask a question or ask a clarification.
Great, Mas Tres. Hi, welcome, Mas Tres. A good friend of mine. He had been to my house. We are good friend. Dr. Sutrisno Hartono, actually now. Hello, Mas Tres. Your turn. Where is he, Mas?
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, Mas. Go ahead. Go. Hai,
Yes.
apa kabar, Mas?
Very good. Thank you very much for your time and excellent lecture. I appreciate it very much to you said, and also to this opportunity, which is great that everyone can learn not only about the rasa in the Javanese Gamelan, but rasa in the actual world. And also, please accept me my gratitude and thanks to you and to everyone for this opportunity. And also happy birthday to Mbak Kitsi in Solo. Hopefully everything over there are in good conditions, the same as in my hometown in Jogja, which is also dealing with the rasa as well. As you might know from my posting a few days ago related to the rasa as well, that many musicians, not only in North America, but I believe all over the world, have a difficult rasa. If we are discussing about rasa in this regard, it is very complex terms. If I can look at what was given by my brother Midiyanto, it's very smart and clever to provide some informations and very general. I think my 2 cents suggestions is, if we would like to talk more specifically related to rasa in terms of technical, we should point out who play what the pieces we are going to play, what the situations and the terms we are dealing with that is rasa related to certain pieces in terms of technical and then compositional and maybe also composition related to the lyrical point. For example, Midiyanto was telling a little bit about telutur. In my opinion, in Javanese terminology, when we are performing telutur, something automatically related to the sadness or situation or deadly situations when nobody else will be able to protect themselves, at least from that situation, bad feeling. So we are expressing ourselves using the telutur. The next question that I have in mind right now is, if we are talking about telutur, perform in different areas where nobody know the background or the lyrical points and also the technical issue related to that piece, perhaps someone else in North America who never deal with that kind of cultural background might not feel anything. That is different cultural issues in this regard. Back to the rasa that I would like to bring, especially to the situations. As you might know, a few days ago, I was sending information about the Wayang Ciliman in Yogyakarta, whereas in my hometown is right now also locked down due to the COVID-19. Many artists, many musicians over there is also only playing telutur, even though without instruments, perhaps just sing along. Even if I received an email, always with the face that has tired, come down, I feel, oh, what I should do in this regard. And then I myself, and some of you might know Dalang Seno Nugroho and the musicians who is also on the same feeling, are trying to collect the donations, hopefully using that kind of rasa or the feeling togetherness. This is different concept of rasa again, togetherness in this regard, we are trying to help each other. That is a good point from Midiyanto, that rasa in this regard also social interactions between one person to others. That is very good point to be discussed. For some of you who might interested to see the wayang Ciliman in this regard using Javanese word is short, simple, but still good. Only 2 hours. It will be on air tomorrow, starting 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. Indonesian time. I think about 8 a.m. from America, and from Canada in my hometown right now, 6 a.m. I think that's it from me right now. Thank you very much again.
Thank you, Sutresna. If you have a link for the performance, you can put it in the chat box, and
sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next question is Carol Walker.
There, is my audio on now?
Oh yeah, I can hear it very clear. Is this about Carol? I know.
Yes. Yes.
Long time.
Well, I wanted to ask about the distinction between Gara and Rasa, because I'm sure I have a very simplistic understanding of what Gara is, but if I were trying to explain it, I would probably say it has to do with the quality of your choices in Cengkak or Sekaran. But how would you distinguish between what it means to have the right rasa and where it becomes a question of Gara?
Okay. Do my best. Rasa is coming from how you do the garap. If your garap is ngawur, your treatment is bluffing, there is no rasa. Rasa is gone. In other words, you are playing ngawur. Yes, so the rasa is coming from garap. An example. The song that have certain garap and you don't do it, you certain treatment, and you don't use that certain treatment in order to get to achieve your garap, then there is no rasa, but the rasa is a blur. And this is in the gamelan context, right? Same. Let's take an example. When you do bonang in Slendro Songo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your garap imbal is 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, and then Sekaran, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rasa no longer Songo. And it's no longer Manyuro, because if the balungan belong to Songo, but your treatment in bonang Sekaran is in Manyuro. This is commonly happen in America or somewhere else, mm-hmm. because lack of garap in bonang. So that's what it is. So in the Slendro Songo, the garap of the bonang, the imbal, mean the common imbal should be 6-2, low 6 and high 2, 6-2, 6-2. Instead 1-3, 1-3. That is common Manyuro 1-3, but 6-2 is Songo. So that's an example of garap in order to achieve your rasa. You have to make a precise treatment.
Thank you. That kind of reverses my understanding in a very helpful way.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Carol. That reminds me actually too of when I was in Indonesia at a Kleningen one time. I was with Mas Wawan Sosodoro. He's an amazing player if you don't know him, and he's a very nice guy. And we were talking about the music that was happening, and he was trying to point out to me, he's like, the Gender player, I won't say who it was, but he says the Gender player is technically playing perfectly. This is an amazing technical feat. He's hitting all the Cengkak perfectly, but he plays with no rasa because he didn't have the right feeling for the song.
Yeah, that's in the deeper, the deeper, but at least you have to treat it correct, use right cengkok dulu, yeah, and then rasa later, because then, but even the rasa, we call it not smell, it's not settled down, but you using the right patterns, right cengkok, that's acceptable.
Yeah. I think we have 2 more questions. First one is from Ed Luna.
Ed Luna.
So-
Hey, Ed.
Hi, Mas.
Hey, it's long time.
Long time.
All right. Good to hear.
Saya di Fukuoka, Jepang sekarang. So I'm in
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, as someone who is not really a professional musician, but I've been involved in the gamelan world for quite a long time. I want to say almost 30 years. My goodness. I had a question about, so you talked about rasa as being like, you have to look at the communal practice within traditional Javanese culture. And I think maybe also at play here is, well, I would consider like Javanese, in addition to, let's say, Japanese, Korean, and a lot of these other places that I've been in for quite a long time. So a lot of anthropologists and cultural studies people call these sorts of cultures high context cultures, which is where you have many people who sort of understand what's going on just from observing and just from, well, in Japanese, they call this reading the air. I don't know what the appropriate Javanese idiom for this would be, but so when you read the air, you sort of look for outside cues that aren't really spoken to you. And if you're sort of trying to teach rasa in a low context culture, let's say like in many places in the US or Europe, I'm just sort of wondering what sort of strategies are applicable in those quote unquote low context cultures, and whether there are any major differences in trying to convey what rasa actually is. Thank you.
Excellent question. Yes. It's a task. It's a heavy task for Japanese musician teaching gamelan student that's quote beginners gamelan student. This topic of rasa for them, it's not necessarily to know right away. The most important that you teach them in the correct treatment. Give them correct cengkok and the dynamic. Then you have to send them to Java, stay there at least 5 to 1 year or longer. Then you will know what rasa is. Rasa is not something like you can learn as buying fast food. Our job here, I'm teaching here from many years, almost 20 years now. I never teach to my student to understand rasa. My job is like an example of I build the house. My job here to you guys, I'm the one who cut the tree down to build the structure. I have to send you to Indonesia. To smooth the wood, I have to send you to Indonesia. But There is something in the beginning that you can teach the rasa, the landing of how you play. It's good if you use kempul and kenong as an example. In irama dados, irama 2, do not play your kenong, do not strike your kenong right on the beat, little bit delay. That's you teaching rasa in 101 rasa. Yeah, the same as kempul. Do not play your kempul on time with the downbeat, little bit after. But also hard, little bit after is that what, one half beat, or so this is rasa. It is rasa, you know. And then just no, don't do it too long and don't do it too close. Yeah, and I take an example to play kenong and kempul in irama dadi. I took an example from the same as when you write an essay. When you write an essay, where do you put your punctuation? Comma, semicolon, and period. Right after the word, not on the letter. Ta-da. Do not put your comma on the letter. We cannot see it. Yeah, do not put your period on the letter. We don't know. It doesn't make sense. So when you see, when you don't see your semicolon or period or comma, your essays doesn't make any sense. But when you teach them the rasa how to play kenong, just play approximately up to the downbeat. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Then later on, little by little, oh yes, oh yes. So actually in the gamelan, almost every slow songs, you have to be legato. Regardless you play slentrem or bonang, you have to be legato, hesitate a little bit. If it's not every beat, at least on the 4th or on the 8th. When you play slentrem, like 2, 1, 2, 3. So hesitate the last, the last 4th or on the 8th. Then you will feel the rasa a little bit being hesitant. This is the Japanese culture as a jam karet in a way. So this is the context with the culturally, jam karet. No need to be on time. You know what happened in the past in Indonesia? If the building being fired, flame. Oh, people enjoying. Oh, look at that. The building is being fired. Beautiful. Everything take it easy. Why? And here you are very frantic. Dial 911. You're frantic, not enjoying the flame. But in Indonesia, if you dial 911 in that time, doesn't exist. 911 doesn't exist, so just enjoying the flame, just like the pizza time, just delaying time, like the gamelan music, like Ronjolo being played, like Gending Bonang in Irama 2, slow and enjoy. Yeah, see, like delay. So the more you delay, the rasa will get it to you. But it's not true all of the slow song. When you play gangsaran or sampa, the rasa should be there. See, that's rasa also. Rasa so strong. So every song have on rasa, a different kind. But everything deal with rasa. Rasa delay or rasa on time or rasa confidence or rasa hesitate. Those are all rasa. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas.
Thanks. So we have one last question from Alex Yaffe, I believe. And
Alex?
Yeah. If you don't know Alex, he is in Chicago, and he is.
Oh, he no need question.
He might need a question, but he's going to be giving his own presentation. I don't have the date in front of me, but it's I think in about 2 or 3 weeks on how to create a suite, how to create a suite of pieces, like when you're listening to an old an old cassette tape from Indonesia, when you have 4 or 5 pieces, mixed together in the same recording? How did they come up with this construction for a piece? So Alex is going to talk about that, and Alex is a good friend of mine. So here is Alex.
Hi, Pak Midi.
Hello, Alex.
We miss you in Chicago.
Oh, we miss you all too. That's beautiful instruments, you know.
Yeah.
I work so hard for you guys to get that instrument.
So much. Yeah. Thank you so much too for your speech today. I wanted to ask a question, kind of going off of Ed's question a little bit. So about teaching and rasa. So you were talking about how there's different contexts for rasa within, you know, at the kraton and in the village and all of that. And you are an educator of gamelan where you teach both a class that is 1 semester long and you guys, you know, have performances at the end of the semester, but you also teach a community group in the Bay Area. And I was wondering, what is your goal to achieve? What kind of rasa do you want to achieve with your class by the end of the semester? And then what is your rasa that you want to achieve with your group? What is the difference between the rasa that you want to achieve between those two different contexts?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. That's also the challenge for me to work with a student in here in Indonesia. The different, okay, let me explain it, what my field about teaching here and working or teaching in Indonesia. In Indonesia, you're teaching a group, you're teaching students. I'm teaching a group in Indonesia. I was teaching a group when I was in high school already. When I was in high school, I already started teaching professional group in Wonogiri. So in Indonesia, in Java, when you teach, there is no time limit how to finish song. There's no time limit. It's because we learn the song for our own sake, to pacify our own mind, make sure we are becoming a better person as a Japanese, being humble, polite, just learning from the gamelan, and there's no time limit to learn all that. But in here, when in America, I teach a student here, a beginning, and even the community. It's a different goal of learning. The goal here is to produce a concert. Yeah, the goal here to learn the music, to produce a concert for 1 semester. So the feeling, the rasa, I put it the second place. The first, make sure you play the song correctly. As I think I was answering at question is in there, right? So teaching here is challenging because in 1 semester, 3 months, you have to produce 4 songs correctly, which is in Indonesia, as I told you, I play Singonebah, Wilujeng, Puspawarno, Ricek, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, for 5 years. So that's, but by playing more and more, if you wish, this because here you're teaching in academic level, you know, academically. The purpose of learning here to produce concert. At the same time, learning the knowledge of Karawitan little bit. So the main thing is to produce the concert. So yeah, just play. Okay, an example. You guys, when it's gending, going to the gong, listen to the gong players. Don't rush to hit your last note in that gong until you hear the gong. Then you hit your last note after the gong immediately or a little bit. So that's way you're learning rasa already. The most important, like in the gending, how to get back to the previous irama, isn't it? After the gending, big gong 1, 2, and 3, and wait, gong, and then go back to the previous irama. That's pretty hard. if you don't do this kind of method of responsive and interactive. How you listen to after the gong, when is your first beat? Yeah, either listen to kendang or kender or peking or bonang. So there is, you are teaching rasa already. And then rasa in entirely, yeah, listen to the kendang, listen to kendang entire gong, and do not feel hesitate. If it's Ramatu, remember not to hit your 4th note or 8th note on time, and also not as late as like kenong. Just little hesitate, you know, hesitate. Listening is much careful. So then, Mas, to teach here, when I teach a song and everybody knows the song, the peking, the ponang, and then I go one by one. Okay, you play one cycle of a section in Irama 2 and pretend you lost in the middle and then coming back in correct way. I do that a lot to the peking, to the gambang, and to the ponang. Yeah, if you don't recognize where you are, you will be lost forever, like derailed train. It's hard to derail train to coming back to the railroad without massive and heavy duty. So the gamelan, you should recognize where the balungan, rasa sound of the balungan, where are they? That's rasa, you know. No, that's, you feel it. Yeah, you feel it, that rasa, you know. So make sure everyone who's playing peking, bonang, be sensitive to where's the balungan. You know, not behind one gotro, one misra, or earlier one gotro. That's too much. So you have to make a test to your student. Make sure when you lost, you know how to get back. Thank you, Mas Alex.
Thank you, Pak Midi.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Pak Midi for kicking off this lecture series with an amazing lecture, and we hope to see you again sometime soon, Pak Midi. And I hope your family is doing well and safe and healthy. And yeah, and thank you everybody for coming. And
yeah, thank you everyone. So Mas Trish, Dr. Sutrisno, he's in Canada right now. Mas Trish, my wife, is used to be Seno Nugroho's sinden. Right now she is with me. She used to sing with Seno Nugroho. And my encouragement to Masmet, thank you very much for organizing this. Please do not stop because this event is only for what's happening with our situation right now. This is perfect sources that can keep going regardless of what kind of the situation. I 100% to support you, and hopefully more guest lecture join us, because there are more experts, including lots of my seniors maybe listening. You know,
yep.
So,
if anybody wants to, if anybody's listening is interested in doing a lecture, as formal or as informal as you wish, send me an email and we can set it up. And if you, again, remind you, if you do have the means to, please make a donation at nusantaraarts.com. Thank you very much. And we'll be putting this on YouTube within the next couple of days.
Great. Thank you, Mas, and great to see you all. Be well and stay safe to all of my friends and my senior. Thank you.
Thank you.